Hello and welcome to Retfurb. On today's video I'm at Goodwood Festival Speed 2023. I've made up a compilation of some of the vintage and retro cars on show at the event. It was quite difficult this year as the attendance was very high. I went a few years back and there was a lot less people at that event, so some of the video was hard to get due to the crowds, but I've done my best to show some of the vehicles on show. So if you've never been to Goodwood Festival Speed, when you park up you normally get a tractor ride over to the main event. I think you can walk over, but obviously it's quicker on the tractor, so this is where the video's just started. And then we've just made our way up the pathway to the main entrance. Here we're just walking past the paddock where the cars gather before they go up the hill. This is the Lotus 25 developed by Colin Chapman for the F1 season. The Lotus 25 was driven by Jim Clark and it was the car he won the 1963 World Championship in. As you can see, it's a lovely looking vehicle. The Lotus 25 was a very competitive car and won a large amount of Grand Prix races in its time. So I've done my best on this video to try and get a little bit of information on all the cars, but some of them I'm not sure exactly what they are. So some bits there won't be any information with them, but where I can I'll add it. This is the Lotus 72, again designed by the famous Colin Chapman. The vehicle was also a World Championship winning car in 1970 with Rindt and 1972 Fittipaldi. It also won 3 Constructors' Championships, 1970, 1972 and 1973. So if I'm correct in saying this is a Lotus 77, again designed by Colin Chapman for the 1976 Grand Prix season. This is a Lotus 49 designed by, you guessed it, Colin Chapman. This is the car that Graham Hill used to win the 1968 World Championship. This is the Lotus 21 Climax from 1961. It was driven between 1961 and 1965. This included Sterling Moss and Jim Clark. Now something a little bit newer, this is the Lotus 99T, which was driven by Ayrton Senna in the 1987 Formula 1 World Championship. This vehicle's first win was at the Monaco Grand Prix in that year of 1987. It only won 2 wins that season. This is a Sauber Mercedes C9 from 1989. The car was a partnership between Sauber as the constructor and Mercedes as the engine builder in the World Sports Car Championship. It won the Constructors' Championship in that year of 1989 and the Drivers' Championship also. This is the Mercedes-Benz 300 SEL. From the information on the sign, this particular car was for taxi rides as part of the German touring car Master Racing Series. This is a Mercedes-Benz 300 SL racing sports car from 1952. This is an absolutely stunning looking vehicle along with the next vehicle in the row, which you'll see next. This is a Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR from 1955 and is probably my favourite car of the whole event, to be honest. Sterling Moss described the 300 SLR as the greatest sports racing car ever built. So I don't know what some of these cars are, but I know these two are Ford GT40s. The GT40 was very successful in Le Mans, winning from 1966 through to 1969.
This way.
If I'm correct in saying this is McLaren MP4-1, which was used between 1981 and 1983 F1 season. This is a 1993 McLaren Ford MP4/8. This actual vehicle is owned by Sebastian Vettel. This is the Williams FW15C from 1993, which won the World Championship that year with Prost. Next to it is the FW08B, which was banned before actually ever being raced.
Come down to the area. That's cars and drivers for the shooters.
This is the Valent Kremer K2 Porsche 935 from 1977. This is a 1985 Porsche 956 Le Mans winning car. This is the Porsche 962-010 Works 1988 Le Mans 24-hour car.
Let's try that again and see if we can come up some more support for the shootouts.
This is the 1968 Porsche 908 race car, and if I'm correct in saying, next to it is the Porsche 906 from 1966.
Well, it's over the line. They're supposed to be taking part in the shootout. Hopefully not.
So this is something which is a bit more modern, which I think is a 2000 McLaren Mercedes MP4/15. Next to it is the McLaren Honda MP4/7A from 1992. This is the McLaren M7C twin wing from 1969. Here is the McLaren Ford M23 used between 1973 and 1978. So as you can see, McLaren had a really good showing of vehicles on site. I'm not sure what a lot of these are, but obviously they're a different kind of sports car series than the F1 cars.
Top in front of me, right, put it back in his pocket.
This is the stunning 1973 Tyrrell 005, which Jackie Stewart won the F1 World Championship with in that year. If I'm correct in saying, this is a version of the Porsche 911 930 model. So I'm not actually sure what kind of Bentley this is, but as you can see, it's a great looking vehicle. And to be honest, I'd rather have it than the more modern one next to it. So now we're coming to the end of looking around all the retro and vintage cars at Goodwood. I'll leave the final video just showing a blast pass from an old McLaren Formula 1 car. Thanks for taking the time to watch the video. I hope you liked it. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.
Engines over the years in Formula 1, they have a very characteristic sound to them.